Hi, everyone, and welcome to your final AVMR module of the 23-24 school year. I wanted to start out by thanking you all for your commitment to the learning that you underwent this year with AVMR 1 training. We had 6 amazing cohorts hosted right here in Sun Prairie. So a huge thank you to you as teachers for leaning into that, for creating sub-plans, and to our building leaders for ensuring that this happened and coverage was available. We're excited to be able to host AVMR 2 right here in Sun Prairie again, both in early June between the end of the school year and summer school, as well as the very last week of June. So if you got excited about AVMR 1 and you want to continue that learning and start moving more into the multiplication and division, it is a great course for you to take next, and can really support anyone teaching mathematics, right? Those elementary years through middle school. So as well, we have fractions happening this summer. Those are always online, so sign up for those. And there is an AVMR 1 course the final week of June for anyone that had emergencies come up and were not able to complete it this year. So a huge thank you. It's really exciting that we have this level of professional development and now early numeracy understanding across our entire system as we think about how we support our students and scaffold to grade level standards when they require more support. I wanted to just talk a little bit and preview next year as well. And so as we think about our curriculum stool, we have our essential and supporting standards, which our math steering committee identified this year, and we have shared with you. We have our adopted resources, which I have some of those pictured here for K-8 in our system. We have our instructional approach and really digging into our instructional framework in this system. And we also have our assessment leg. So those are the key pieces that we need to have come together in order for us to have student success and student learning. So our work this next year is really to shore up some of the drift we've seen with our adopted resources over the course of our adoption period, which is probably about the last 6-7 years. And as well, start implementing our newly identified essential standards. So what do those mean? What are the skills and the knowledge that students need to have for that? What is proficiency going to look like? How might we assess that? What are we going to do when students don't know it? And how are we going to extend when students already know it? So that is the work that we have to do next year, but it's going to be really important that we all are committed to a guaranteed and viable curriculum, a consistent learning experience across Sun Prairie School District. So if you're a team that has veered a little bit from our adopted resources to look at some other things, just starting to wrap your brain around what that means to come back to using our core resource, which is Bridges in Mathematics, to teach our essential standards and ensure learning for each and every child. If you have questions about that or you feel like you're going to need support in that, please do not hesitate to reach out. For middle school as well, for middle school math teachers that are listening, and for elementary to know too, our middle school is transitioning into new essential standards as well. And so they're going to be looking at their scope and sequence and really, again, similar to elementary, diving in and talking about how do we ensure grade level learning of these essential standards for each and every child, K-8 next year. So I'm really excited about that work and what that means for our students. If you're interested in summer work and you didn't sign up and you're somebody who's passionate about providing clarity, that's what this work is about. So we need to help make those connections on all the legs of the stool so that when you come back in the fall, you know where those essential standards fit within our adopted resources. You have ideas on how to assess them. You know what supplemental resources that our district knows as evidence-based and is vetted as resources to support scaffolding for students. And we have some extensions we're thinking about as well. So if that's work that you want to dive into and you're excited about, please reach out to me if you didn't put it on our last PD Days feedback that you wanted to work this summer. Otherwise, I would be happy to add your name to that invite list as we get started on doing some of that work in July. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy the rest of this final module, diving into number worlds and numerals.